doing this morning? Great. Now let me see the hands of all those who love movies. Everybody's hand is up. Great. And let me see the hands of all those who love Western movies. Oh, you don't know what that is? Oh, you know what that is, Lisa? Tell the class what Western movies are. You heard, class? Great. So, do you know what duels are? All right, I see a few hands. Okay, great. So this morning we will be doing a duel, but there will be no guns involved. We'll just be using our words and actions. Now, Lisa and Samuel said that they know what Western movies and duels are. So I'll invite them up to come in front of the class here. They'll be our volunteers for today. All right, now class, your task is going to be simple. You are going to view the words that I have on this paper. And Lisa and Samuel are going to act these words out, right? So Lisa and Samuel are characters in a movie right now, a Western movie. So I'm going to play some music and we're going to get started on this duel. All right. So you know how these duels are done, right? You back each other, you walk 3 paces, and then you turn around. But this time you're not going to be turning around and shooting. You're going to be turning around, opening to see what your papers have, and doing the action. You have 1 second to act this action out. And you have no seconds to think about what to do. Just do it. All right. So, all right, Lisa and Samuel, back to class. Class. This is what's written on the first paper. And I'm going to be giving it to Lisa. This is what's written on the second paper. And I'm going to be giving it to Samuel. All right, Lisa and Samuel, back each other. 3 paces forward. 1, 2, 3. Open your papers. All right, very good, very good. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. All right, you can return to your seat. Now, let's discuss the activity that we just saw. Can anybody explain to me what happened? How about you, Sean? Yes, so yes, they backed. You saw the papers first. They backed each other. Now, tell me, when did Lisa and Samuel know what was on that paper? Bridget. Until the very end. Now tell me, who knew what was on that paper before Lisa and Samuel? Sarah. Yes, you all knew. You, the audience watching the movie, knew what was on the paper before Lisa and Samuel. So that brings us to the topic that we're going to be doing today. Who wants to guess what the topic is? I know you've come across the word before, you've come across the concept before. Okay, nobody has an idea. All right, so remember we acknowledged that Lisa and Samuel, the characters in the movie, were not aware of what was on the paper, and the audience knew what was on the paper. Isn't that right? All right. That is called dramatic irony. What is it called, class? What is it called, Sarah? And what is dramatic irony, Bridget? When the characters know, when the audience knows and the characters Do not until the end.
Comic
Great.
strip
Now,
right here.
in order for
A
us
simple comic.
to
Can you
understand
tell
that, I
me
want to
what
turn
you
your
see on
attention
it?
to this. Okay, the guy is saying that they're ready to wait in line for the protest, and the girl is saying that's important work. Now, tell me, what do you observe, Ryan, in this picture? You observe that there's a sign that says line starts here. So, what does that tell you about the picture, Bridget? It tells you that they're not aware that the sign is behind them. So, tell me, how is this dramatic irony, Amanda? Because you are aware, you who viewing the picture are aware of the sign and the characters are not. Great. So let's take a look at one other photo and we'll discuss it. What's going on in this photo, Sean? All right. It's a scary movie for sure. And she's saying the killer is upstairs, right? She's saying the killer is upstairs. Who is saying don't go upstairs? Lisa, who's saying don't go upstairs? The audience is saying that. So what does that tell you about this scene right here? Sarah. It tells you that she doesn't know what the audience already knows. Very well done. So now that I think we've grasped what dramatic irony is, was there dramatic irony in Fences? Lisa, where was there dramatic irony in Fences, Lisa? Yes, when we all knew that Troy was unfaithful to Rose, but Rose didn't know. Very good. You've been paying attention. So, how do you know for sure that it is dramatic irony, Amanda? Because Rose had a revelation coming down to the end. Very good. And you could tell that she didn't know prior what we, the reading audience, knew. Very good. All right. Okay, class. I'm now going to distribute some strips of paper and I'm going to play some background music. And you are going to tell me, you're going to paint a scene for me that encompasses dramatic irony. So I want you to paint this scene in 3 lines, just 3 lines. All right. So I'm playing the music. Here, Lisa, Sean, Amanda, and Sarah. Good. So let's hear your dramatic, ironic scene, Lisa. Okay. Okay. Good job. Class, do you think that is dramatic irony? Ryan is saying no. Why not? Because the characters were aware. Yes, he's right. It was a good attempt, but the characters were aware. So it's not dramatic irony. How would you make it dramatic irony, Ryan? Alright, if the characters were not aware until the end of the scene. Very well, very well. Alright, Sarah, you go next. Okay. Alright. Is that dramatic irony, Bridget? Why is it dramatic irony? Good job. Alright. You go next, Lisa. Okay, great. And is that dramatic irony, Samuel? Why is it dramatic irony? Do you agree with him, Ryan? No, why not? All right. Did you hear that? Did you hear what Ryan said? Okay, you understand now. Very good, very good. All right. Uh, who's next? Who's next? Is that everybody that went? All right, great. So that concludes your lesson today on dramatic irony. Next week, I would like you to bring a couple props for class. I would like you to bring a judge's gavel. If you don't know what that is, but research it. Each of you should have a gavel. It doesn't have to be an original one, so don't expense yourself or your parents. You can make one. I want you to bring a long black coat. If you don't have a long black coat, you can bring a blue one, or you can bring something to throw over. And I want you to bring some books. You have books in your bag. Right. And we'll prepare for our next lesson on situational irony. Class is dismissed.